So what's today? Mm, April 9th. Sunday, April 9th. So, and these folks got this window open early. Like, if y'all can see. They got these blinds open. Oh yeah, my camera barely let you see it. Got the blinds open early. I don't know if they think I'm go out there in the gazebo. I might. It's just windy though. I'm not really in the mood for the curtain to be blowing up. So just depends, but I just love the peace. Last night I looked out this window, it was so sound and quiet, you know. That's what I love. But I'm up on here early because had a dream I feel like I get I feel like of course I used to get excited naturally when I was around this person in real life, but I even feel like I get a little excited about my dream life when the person is there. Because I don't know, it just kind of makes me feel like I'm getting insight. I'm say again, because I used to all the time. I haven't in a while. It ain't been a long while, but it's been a while. And I'm laughing because some of the stuff that I'm saying is like the exact same thing that he would say to me, the person that was in my dreams. Like, it's been a while. And also I was gonna say it ain't that deep, and he said that to me. It ain't that deep when he was. I'm gonna just be frank on this one, but when he was getting involved with or involved with the female or whatever that he had been involved with. As of, like I said, last I knew. So yeah, he said, I'm trying to get comfortable. Ugh. So he said, yeah, it ain't that deep. But honey, I've known him to kind of operate as like a opposite type of person. So whatever he say, it's really probably or possibly it's a strong possibility it's the opposite, and that if he's telling you it ain't that deep, it really is that deep, or and worse, or beyond, should I say? And so yeah, when he said that to me, I was believing him, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, good, because it ain't supposed to be shallow. It ain't supposed to be happening at all. But yeah, trying to see where I'm going with this. Like, I'm going to it. Anyway, I felt a little excitement because of having a dream and some of the details of the dream. But I'm the type of person that if I say it's not that deep, it's really not that deep. It's not going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing the backwards type of thing or the opposite type of thing. And, whether trying to intentionally deceive somebody or just knowing, intentionally deceive somebody or not, or deceiving somebody because I just don't know, I'm ignorant of the facts or the truth or whatever. And I say that because sometimes it really did seem like maybe he just don't. Like, I'm not going to make excuses, but I really was on go, ready to excuse the behavior. Like, he just don't know. Like, and somebody even confirmed and told me, basically he has no logic or whatever. And that's what that's the kind of conclusion I came to again last night. The logic is just not there. Like something is just it's lacking, and I'm not saying that in a derogatory way or insulting type of way. I'm saying that in a way of just like it is what it is. That's the type of person that that's the type of person that environment that he been in and was raised in produced. And it is kind of scary to think that there are people out here walking around that's like that just really just don't have a clue. I mean, we all don't have a clue to a certain extent because we belong to God, but I mean, we were created by God. I said we belong to God, and I hope that you do, but not. I know everybody have not submitted or dedicated their life to God. Regardless, He is in control. Understand that, but He does not make you and that's what I love about Him. Can He cause you? Will He? I believe that He does, and He will to do His will and even do right. Yeah, but I just feel like you gotta want to do that. Even if it's I feel like even if it's a small amount of wanting to do right. But looking at this wind blowing this thing, it's like intriguing. That's what I got hung up on. But anyways, yeah, I'm saying all that just to make a point or to go somewhere with it, like I said before, and that is so in the dream, dude that I was in love with, of course, the boy's so-called dad, he was in the dream, and he was looking like, that's why I'm just like, I don't know if this is a dream that's trying to play on my emotions. I'm getting switch. I gotta switch because I'm just not comfortable. So I gotta switch windows and stuff. But yeah, I didn't want that dream and stuff just playing on my emotions because I already been, and not just the dream. Of course, he to me knows how to astral project or once knew or whatever, and he knows how to appear in people's dreams and stuff. And not only him, but his relatives as well. But yes, I just like feel that familiar feeling again of no, don't play on my emotions and this, that, and the third. And I'll be like, I'm thinking all this stuff like try to come back to me like, it has definitely been a while and it's been too long and it's been far too long. And I don't play them type of games. And I'm just like, well, if your mom didn't raise you or whoever, I believe the mom or whatever, mom didn't raise you and whoever else you let in your life didn't raise you to learn to respect people, respect what you have, value what you have when you're involved with somebody. And this and third, it ain't nothing I can do. I had a dream where these females they went back to their husbands. There was three females, and they went back to their husband. I feel like I knew who it was in the dream who went back. It was could have been my so-called mom. It was his so-called great aunt, and it was my daughter's so-called grandma. But I don't know. And then it was another lady, a girl in the dream who was like the ending credits just went off, and I don't know whether she was in agony or whatever. And I don't know if that was symbolic of of myself or whatever. I'm not coming into agreement with it, but I do remember it vaguely. And for a long time, I feel like, hey, that's the right thing to do. If you drifted from your spouse or whatever, you go back. But I, I'm just at a place where, yeah, I'm gonna forgive, and I barely want to even forgive the things that happened to me. But I'm going to forgive and going to purpose to forgive. And I know what forgiveness you should act on it, but I just don't want to be back involved or linked up with nothing like that. Like that's such a high risk of bad behavior or well, questionable behaviors. I don't even want to deem it as bad because I feel like some of it be necessary or was necessary, but I don't feel like all of it was necessary at all. But to God be all the glory because I don't make the rules. I don't know. I didn't design people myself. I did lay down and conceive my children, but I did not create my children. So I don't even know how they're supposed to work. I know how I could want them to work, but of course, if you look closely at my life, my daughter is off somewhere else. So she definitely ain't doing nothing that I want. Well, I'm not gonna say she's not. I can't see her, but she's not doing what I would approve of her doing. So that let me know, of course, honey. And it just reminded me, you gave them to me. God said you gave them to me. You know, continue to trust me with them. So that's the one thing. But of course, the world is like, oh, the world is like, and my feelings are like, you're not able to mold your child like you want her to be, or encourage her to be, and all that, whatever. I'm not going in that because it's not what that's about. But but yeah, as far as just him showing up in my dream is like that's too close for comfort. But in the dream, I saw he was like installing a fence door. I think the fence was already up, and I don't know what location I was at, but honestly, the way I'm pointing my camera right now, it was, it's just the direction that I'm pointing my camera. It's not necessarily the location because I don't know what location I was in. It looked like I was in a house, but I don't know what the heck. Like, I've never seen that place. Did not look familiar to me, but definitely looked like a house or something like that. And he was installing a fence door. He had on a black shirt. It was like cut off. It was perfect. It wasn't like torn off at the shoulders, but it was cut off at the shoulders. Like I bought my sons some cut off, some cut. Yeah, I still got this little cough, but I bought them some cut off shirts at the shoulders, and that's what it looked like he had on, and he looked like he looked like he was focused, and he was trying to figure it out and piece it together, whatever. It's funny because he be looking focused, but he be looking focused and almost appearing like he knows what he's doing, but he really is trying to figure it out and understand it and stuff like that, and basically it would throw somebody off. They would think he knew what he was doing, but somebody that really knows him is like, honey, he don't really know what he's doing, but he just doing what he has seen others do, or what he imagines other people do, or whatever. Which that's relatable to me. Um, but he had that on. He was looking at that, and he had a cigarette behind his right ear. I don't know what that indicates. But a lot of times, cigarettes and smoking and who smoked who and all that has came up in my dream or whatever, and then people saying she don't smoke and stuff like that, in my dream, referring to me, and I damn sure don't. I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't smoke weed. Have I tried both? Yeah. Being stupid, I tried a cigarette probably all of one or two or three times when I was younger, and weed a couple times or whatever, like a handful of times as well. But no, I don't smoke. I did reference that my a couple years ago that my daughter's so-called dad and his mom, they was just trying to get me to the point. I was like, y'all gonna have me somewhere smoking some weed one day. And I think I said not today though, but one day. And I don't know where all that came from or what that means or what the deeper reference is, but I just know they was getting on my nerves to the point where like, boy, girl, y'all two together, of course, make me know never mind and leave me alone. Definitely hands off my child, regardless of her being anywhere in y'all vicinity and this and that. But leave me alone. Like, don't hound me. That's what it was, and so that's how I started feeling, and just having to feel like I had to tend to of course him, but also them, because it's like when it's him, she comes along with it, and this that and the third, and never mad at nobody having a relationship with their mom, their parent, this, that, and the third, but I just feel like there's a sense of, well, I guess it's just the world feel like, you should be independent by a certain age from your parents or whatever. And it's so funny because this lady was just talking about that, how much she can't stand her parents because she said her mom died a horrible death, and I think they put her out. Her mom then died a horrible death, and her dad put her out or something like that. And you could tell she was so bitter and so angry about it or whatever. And she was just like, my kids are such and such age and they live with me, and they're going to live with me until they're mentally ready, spiritually ready, and, financially ready, which makes perfect damn sense, of course. But whatever the case or whatever that was going on. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I got a little excited about seeing him in my dream because it just makes me feel like I got insight to his life and what he's doing. And, I feel like the heavens, not the God, but God above the heavens, wants me to know something. And it makes me feel good because it's like, oh, I'm part of something. But I feel good, but I don't feel great and I don't feel lovely just for knowing or be included in. And I'm saying this lightly because shit could be the enemy trying to pose and trying to, what I'm saying, especially with the emotional part of it, where I used to get excited to be with him and stuff like that, and then he would let me down every single time. And then that's when I finally had to realize, yeah, it's manipulation and stuff, but it's also some type of dumb type of spirit that, hounds him or whatever. Hounds him, plagues him, and basically tries to possess and take over him. It's like a doofus type of damn spirit. And I was loving him or whatever, and of course I was drawn to him and attracted to him and all that. So it's like, well, what kind of damn doofus am I? And if I am, I don't want to be no more doofy than I have to be. And I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody, but what I it was just things that I wanted out of this life, that for myself, for my children, that I'm just like, you gotta be a little smarter or a lot smarter than that for us to accomplish it or whatever. So hey, I feel like he does things, and of course, God will either keep him in it or, in it and through it. And of course, when God is in it, it's gonna work out a certain type of way. It's gonna work out fine and better, but it be the unnecessary. I just feel like a lot of stuff was so unnecessary. So, of course, to me, again, I forgive him or whatever, but I still feel like I'm not trying to teach him a lesson. He's told me flat out, he got a good father's got to teach good mother's lesson. And, I guess he stands on it because, baby, I'm definitely, I'm definitely grasping some things that I did not know existed and grasped before. But I did feel like, boy, it's not that he couldn't teach me nothing, but it was his position of like, it was more sinister to me. Like, you got to do crazy stuff to try to teach somebody a lesson. There's nothing positive or there's nothing sane and sound minded you could do to try to teach them. So that was just the crazy, scary part to me. And I had told him, I was like, I don't want no part so crazy. But anyway, in this dream, I seen him putting up the fence door. And I'll be having to talk about all these details just to talk about one dream that was probably only like a minute long. But yeah, he was putting up the fence door um from the outside of the fence, and he had walked up or whatever. So it's like he was doing some work, construction work. Almost, no, I don't want to say construction. Don't take it that far, but some productive type of work. And I seen all these. I think I seen these holes and stuff in the the fence and they were like laced with like silver, because it was a place where you can put locks and stuff at. So whatever fence he's putting up, it was locks. Either I imagined it or I actually seen it in the dream. Lord, this cough, man. This was not. See, while I'm asleep, I don't be coughing. But as soon as I get up, and I guess I'm trying to use my voice or whatever, back to that coughing stuff. Coughing, not coughing. Coughing is just country. But yeah, like I said, I feel excited, but I will not get my hopes ups, my hopes up, because I definitely don't want to be let down like I was before. Um, and if he do what he's supposed to do, great. It'll be wonderful because Lord knows I need the help. But I don't know, him having on a black shirt just kind of bothers me already. It's like, why is he often shown in black? And some other people who shown in white have done more, to me, crazier stuff than him, and more, conniving stuff than him. I'm talking about in real life, but I seen him in my dream life wearing white. So I don't know. That right there tries to throw me off. Um, and then of course when he was wearing black in my previous dreams, it was always something crazy that came along with it. Even if it manifested or played out, it was just something something crazy and something like heartbreaking and pretty much devastating or whatever. So I'm just so tired of that. So that's why I'm just like, But here's the kicker or knee slapper. He was he was doing that, and I was looking out the window, which of course I'm in a window right now. But I was looking out the window, and I had noticed him doing what he was doing, and I had on a house coat, had my hair and stuff hanging down and stuff like that. It was like, cause right now my hair is cut all off. But like back in the day when I used to get perms and my hair was hanging down, of course I was looking younger. And this house coat that I got too, I still have it. I was wearing that, and it was open basically, and I guess I didn't have on nothing else under it, and my breasts were out, and I saw myself walking towards either the window or the door on that side, so I can go basically let him see my breasts and this and the third. And it's crazy because he have a lot of, I don't know if he still have them. I hope he don't. But knowing him, I feel like he probably does. Some type of way access him. He told me to send him a whole bunch of breast pictures or whatever. And part of me is like, I guess so you can get used to looking at just my breasts and this and the third, because I didn't know that you was gonna see other breasts in the process or whatever. But he told me to send a whole lot, and some of them I did have on that actual house coat, I think. And so anyway, I don't know. I mean, it's one thing he got a whole bunch of non-logical or nonsensical stuff about him, but then he has stuff that is even still it doesn't make sense to other people, but it still kind of works for him or something along those lines. Like it works. And I understand that as well because I got stuff that works for me and that it wouldn't really make sense for somebody else to do it, but it's like a protection type of thing that God gave me to be able to just do it at your pace and do it your way. Um, and helping me to be careful and learn to be careful with myself and stuff like that. And of course others, but I'm talking about myself. But yeah, I was walking towards him with that on, and then I ended up waking up before anything else occurred, which I'm definitely glad about. I'm not wondering, well, what was going to happen? What would have happened? What's next? I'm definitely not. I used to. There's some dreams I used to have, and I'm like, wait a minute, I just want to go back to sleep so I can have the rest of that dream. But, yeah. But like I said, it looked like how I was back in the day as opposed to now. And I'm like, baby, if I can get myself out of a sticky type situation, yeah, that's what I want to do. I do not want no parts of that. I told him anyway. I'm like, I don't want no parts of crazy. Like, stop. He was self-proclaimed crazy, and I was just like, for one, you need to stop speaking it over yourself anyway.
But I mean, he just was like, forget about it, going full throttle. And I even like, I didn't argue with people about it, but I just even, try to set the record straight. I was like, well, when he met me, he don't got no reason to be be out here being crazy. Cause somebody asked, it was like, oh, is he still crazy? And this and that. I was like, I don't know what all y'all mean by that and what's the depths of it, but of course now I see. Of course now it's been made clear to me that this Negro here maybe was thrown off, and it ain't nothing that can get him back right except for God, and some type of way God make a way for him to choose him back. And for me, he was at least attempting and trying to choose God when he was involving me. And people, I guess, again, that's the change, quote unquote, change that people saw, because they were like, "Hey, you changing him." I'm not changing him. That's God changing his nature, and he needs to allow it. But they didn't want it, so the quote unquote majority ruled when it came to, those numbers outruled me. It was one of me, and it was several of them. And that's what he swayed to, and that's what he's like, basically the people need me. I'm saying all this now because it's coming to me like that, but before I didn't know how to really explain it. But basically, yeah, the people need me, and it makes sense because of his personality. He considered himself blah 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 TV, meaning you got an audience, you want people watching, and this that and the third, and so you tend to cave to what the audience wants to see, and they want to see you acting a damn fool and being a damn fool. That's what you do, and you're not caring about how it affects me over here, who wants you to do something better with yourself and help, help me to help us to help you, and again back around to helping us and helping others. I was trying to get to that point, but I just feel like, hey, y'all wanted to see him cut the damn fool, and I feel like some of them wanted to see me, of course. Well, we want her to, we wanted to see how she gonna come out of it, because when she realized he is the crazy that he self-proclaimed, I still have a hard time with saying, I'm not gonna say accepting, but saying that and speaking that over his life, because I'm just a believer that's like, God can spare you and save you from crazy, from reprobate minded and stuff like that. Anyway, um, even if both of your parents came together and intended for you to be off the damn wall, um, but it was several of them, and he caved to that behavior. He rather, like I said, it was the people need me, and it's so crazy because I told somebody else last year. I was like, don't do this. Don't take on this personality or whatever, because this thing is trying to become you. Lo and behold, it's like I'm saying it, but they want to do it anyway. I'm not trying to say it in a motherly type of way. It might come off as a motherly, but I'm saying it in a I care for you type of way. Let's not. And then, yeah, if I feel connected to you or whatever, let's not do that. Let's not go that route, please. I'm just begging in the background, like, well, everybody else cheering on the front lines, like, go for it, this, that. So anyway, he had a cigarette behind his ear, so I don't know. That indicates something about some smoke. He wasn't smoking, it was behind his ear, but could have already been smoked or about to be smoked or something like that. So I don't know. And that's that. All I can do is leave it at that, because I don't really have the interpretation that I would love to have. It might come to me, shoot, 20 years down the line. Lord willing, I live to see it. But anyway, but one thing I did tell him that stands out to me, I was just like, I don't want to go the route, whatever route your so-called mom took for you, and some ways, let's just try to change that. But he had already said a long time ago, my mama evil, my daddy evil, I gotta walk, basically I don't have no choice but to walk in evil. And I'm like, oh shit, boy. So with all that said, I'm just like, I'm almost feeling like I want to go out there and try to cut the edge of that yard before it grows up. But I feel like that's the city. The city needs to do it. he need to get around to it like with the quickness. It would definitely make my yard look better, but I'm just like, I'm good. I'm gonna cut what I can cut, and I'm not gonna try to hound myself any other way. Cause I don't really want to be standing. But today is a good day to do it, cause there ain't that many cars. But I don't want to be standing at the edge of that road trying to get that done or whatever. The person who used to cut my grass used to get all that. Whenever somebody would cut my grass, they would get all that. And I remember one time somebody fell in the ditch over there. Somebody was cutting my grass, but he was here with some bad intentions. So I mean, I seen it in his eyes, and I had never seen it in nobody eyes like that. That you had them bad intention, and it could have been. It was definitely rape and something sexual or whatever, but it also could have been. I told this was the time when I was still considering my so-called mom, my mom. I was like, oh no, he over here for some other stuff, and I could just see it in his eyes. And because he showed up here when I didn't call him. Like, what? You think you finna get in here? You think you invited in here? Absolutely not. And my so-called stepdad is the one who had him coming to cut my grass and stuff. And I don't feel like he did it to do anything wrong. I feel like he was really trying to, but it could be that he might have knew what type of person this person was and whatever. But anyway, I was just like, he has bad intentions, and like I said, I feel like it's almost rape that could lead to some type of murder or some type of something. It was just crazy. he was a he was definitely an attractive man, but if I see something in your eyes that just tries to like literally strike me and deter me from, I'm like, and then I didn't invite you here, boy. What you think this is? So I was like, I'm good. I ain't caught nobody. Um, but yeah,